Hello, beautiful people. Shane here. Hey guys, it's a beautiful Sunday. It's a little cold outside, but still a very pretty day. And I just got back yesterday from the Nashville Custom Knife Show, and I wanted to make this video and show you guys what I picked up and why I am so excited about it. This is a very popular knife at the moment. Uh, Guys, I'm going to go right ahead and name this the Knife of the Year 2022. I know everybody has different qualifiers for that. Is it a brand new design? Nope. No, this is a knife they've made before. However, the improvement is so great and the hype around it is so high that I don't care about. That. Um, to me, this is the best knife that you can buy in the year 2022. So we're going to open this thing up. As you can see, it comes in your standard Protech box. It's very professional looking, very nice. Then it comes inside this protective bag. And if we can get it to shake out here, inside the bag, they also seal it in plastic. Guys, this is the Protech Mordax in Magnacut. And why I'm so excited about this is, guys, I've always been a fan of Protech knives. I own several Protech knives. And to be honest with you, though, guys, I've kind of just disregarded the fact that the heat treat wasn't optimal. Here's my Protech TR4 Auto. That'll give you kind of an idea of size comparison. The TR4 Auto is exactly that. It is a 4-inch blade, so of course it's going to be bigger than that. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I've always kind of forgiven Protech for not having optimum heat treats for edge retention. I understand that they make knives for, first responders, military. That is their primary focus when they design these things, and so they want them to be tough. Luckily for us, Mr. Larry Thomas created Magnacut steel. Now, I know a lot of people out there wonder, why is everybody so excited about this Magnacut stuff? What difference does it really make? Guys, the difference is that when you heat treat Magnacut to a higher HRC, say up around 63, 64, not only do you start getting superior edge retention, you start getting into the 5, 6, 700 feet of usable sharpness. The toughness actually goes up. That's very hard to believe. That was very hard to believe for a lot of knife makers. Some of them were hesitant to even believe that because, I'm not saying that it's never existed before, but that's a rare thing. It's hard for knife makers it's a hard pill for them to swallow. It's hard for them to believe because it goes against what most knife makers have been taught and known their entire lives. Because here's the thing, guys, the most important thing to knife making is the metallurgy. There aren't any metallurgists out there who are wanting to make knives, guys. It's a lot of labor. It doesn't pay off very well, and metallurgists, especially people who have a doctorate in metallurgy, they can make a lot of money doing something other than making knives. So what you end up with is craftsmen wanting to make knives and having to learn how to be a metallurgist, and you just can't do that, without several years of school. So anyway, the reason why Magnacut is so great is because now we can get a steel that offers super high edge retention with great toughness. And I don't even know if they planned or on how corrosion resistant this stuff is. But guys, Spyderco is even replacing their LC200N on their Salt series with Magnacut because it's so corrosion resistant. So let's get to this knife. This is the Protech Mordax. This was designed by the Ferrum Forge sisters. Regardless of what you think of them, they make a beautiful knife. This design has stuck around a long time. To me, they kind of really made the forward finger choil super popular. I want a forward finger choil on everything I have. I've heard it all. Yes, that takes up nearly a half an inch of cutting edge. I don't care. When you really have to get into something, and you're using this part of the blade right here, right in front of your finger, to do some fine work, that choil makes all the difference in the world from being backed up here behind the guard or the flipper tab. Now, flipper tabs are starting to lose popularity because people say they get in the way. I guarantee you those people don't use their knife anyway. There's too many of us that don't, and yet bitch about usability issues. It's just dumb, guys. Don't believe all the hype. But another one of the great things about this knife is that they added texturing. Protech is famous for making just a slick aluminum scale. I don't mind that at all. But some people just, some people need more traction, and this definitely provides it. It's not aggressive. It's not a well. Here's a comparison. It's not a pocket file. It's not chewing up your pants every time you take it in and out, but it does provide some traction. And probably the most popular thing about this knife is the button lock. Just it's that simple to close. Guys, when I go to close this knife, I have to mash this button, and it's spring loaded, and I have to push it in. Or if you go back to your dad's knife, the old Buck 110, you've got this super stiff back lock you got to mash down on, and still it requires force to push that blade shut. This is simply a press of the button, and gravity will do all the work. It just drops shut. It's a beautiful thing. There is no action better than this. I don't care how expensive and how bougie your frame lock knife is. It pales in comparison to the action of a Protech button lock. Pales in comparison to the action of a lot of button locks, guys. There are some great button locks out there. This I believe to be the greatest on the market. It does have a very light tactile click when I mash it. I want a tactile click from my button lock. Some people are calling that button stick or lock stick. That's stupid. That click lets me know that the blade is about to fall shut. There's some travel on all buttons. So where is it actually disengaging? As soon as you mash it, all the way bottomed out. Who knows? With this, you feel that click, and it's a very light click, but when you feel it, you know that the blade is no longer engaged and it's going to fall shut. That's a wonderful thing. That's what started the lefty button lock dance. If you really dislike the flipper tab, you actually don't have to use it. You can mash the button, and I don't know if I can do it under the camera here, but you can mash the button and just flick the blade out that way. You never even have to touch the flipper tab if you don't want to. I like the flipper tab. I understand the flipper tab, especially on a tactical or first responder knife, because not only does it give me a great deployment method, it provides me with a finger guard to keep me from sliding up on that blade. If I'm using this in a self-defense, tactical type situation, I'm not going to be up here where there's a good chance that my finger slides up on that edge and cuts me to the bone. I'm going to be back here behind this super handy blade stop right here, also known as a flipper tab. So yeah, guys, these things are disappearing as soon as they hit the market. Very good reason for that. I don't know what your retailer is going to sell it for. I paid $280 for it. Handed the owner of Protech my card, paid him for it right there on the spot, and walked away with it at Nashville Custom Knife Show. Those guys are awesome. I do want to go over one slightly controversial subject. I know a lot of people are having these things reground. Guys, I'm all about having a blade reground if that's what you need. I promise you, guys, this knife does not need to be reground. If you can see that blade stock is already super thin. In my opinion, it's actually a little thin for what I would consider a tactical or first responder's knife. You can see on this one, this is the TR4. It's considerably thicker, and I don't think the TR4 is too thick. All people are getting when they have this knife reground, I promise you, all they're getting is some pretty belt scratch lines. It's just not necessary. If you want to do it, go right ahead. Will it make it slicier? Of course it will. Thinner geometry is always going to make a knife slice better. I'm just telling you, it doesn't need it. I don't want people out there thinking, well, I'd like to have a Mordax, but I heard everybody's having to have them reground because they're too thick. That's bullshit. They are not too thick. This is an excellent, excellent, well-rounded, well-designed knife. And Protech, man, they hit it out of the park on the production of this knife. It's not the cheapest knife out there. It very well could be the only knife you ever own. You know, most people who are buying these are collectors, and us guys with this, knife buying addiction. However, this could be very well be your one and done blade for the rest of your life. Give it to your son, when he gets old enough, that type thing. So yeah, guys, get one. You're not going to regret it. You cannot beat Protech. You can't beat their customer service. It's a no-brainer. It's worth every penny, in my opinion. And that's hard for me to say because I've always said after the $160 price mark that you can buy a good Spyderco Manix 2. Anything past that, the return on your dollar is starting to diminish greatly. But I do feel like this knife is worth it. Do I wish it was a little cheaper? Sure I do, man. I wish everything was cheaper, but it's not. So, yeah, guys, get you a Protech Mordax. You're not going to regret it. The Magnacut is outstanding. The action is outstanding. The ergonomics are outstanding. The customer service is outstanding. The warranty is out. What more could you ask for? And you know the number one thing, the number one advantage to buying this knife, it is an American-made product. American workers made this for an American company, and that is outstanding, guys. You can look into the work that Protech does and the things they've done for some of their employees. I'm not going to dig deep in the story about, even the guy was a newer employee that was diagnosed with cancer, and the things they've done for that guy. You're not going to get that from fucking Tucson. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. Get you a Mordax if you can. You might have to wait patiently, but you're going to love it. You guys know I appreciate any amount of time y'all spend with me. Peace, and I truly, truly love you guys. See ya.